Good evening and welcome to Hudson High School for tonight's soccer matchup between the visiting Eau Claire Memorial High School Old Abe's and your hometown Hudson Raiders. Please turn your attention to the video board for a message from our captains for this year's team.
In line with the WIAA and Big Rivers Conference, Hudson High School requires good sportsmanship at education-based athletic events. Admission to event is a privilege, and with that privilege becomes responsibility. Responsibility to conduct oneself in a respectful manner where the event is enjoyable for athletes, coaches, officials, and fans.
Lastly, please be reminded that state law prohibits the use of alcohol, tobacco, and drug products in an area used by public schools. Would you all please rise and honor America by removing your hats for the national anthem?
And now for tonight's starting lineups, starting with the Old Abe's. Number 0, Ashlyn Schrader. Number 1, Lydia Palmiere. Number 3, Annika Skolos. Number 8, Kate Roberts. Number 9, Sydney Munson. Number 12, Aurora Woodford. Number 14, Ellie Levick. Number 15, Avery Bradle. Number 17, Elise Thomas. Number 18, Ellie Hudson. And number 20, Amy Thule. The Old Abe's are coached by Olivia Mrozinski and Eric Larson. And now for your hometown Raiders. Number 0, Hannah Kendhammer. Number 7, Maggie McConnell. Number 8, Hannah Huntley. Number 9, Britta Holter. Number 11, Armana Rancinici. Number 12, Hannah Lundeen. Number 14, Raina Fort. Number 16, Allie Stubendick. Number 19, Nevaeh Tillman. Number 22, Natalie Ramthen. And number 24, Olivia Petty. Your Raiders are coached by Aaron Gehring and Kyle Flanagan. Good luck, everyone. Let's have a great game. Great. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the River Channel broadcast of this Big Rivers Conference girls soccer matchup. We are at Hudson High School in the Raider Stadium, and we have the hometown Hudson Raiders in blue playing from left to right on your screen, taking on the Eau Claire Memorial High School Old Abe's in white on your screen, playing from right to left. It's a fantastic night here in the St. Croix River Valley. Beautiful temperatures, very little wind, and just a great night for soccer. Raiders immediately get the ball down in their end and have a throw-in that is going to go the other way now. And the Old Abe's will see if they can get this ball out of their defensive end. Rancinici on the ball in the middle there, trying to lay it out to the corner for Holter. That's Ramthen in the corner with the ball, with the orange shoes, putting a move on, getting around. What's she gonna do? Sends it at the goalkeeper, who's able to at least get on it, and sends it out of bounds, and that'll be a corner kick for the Raiders. The Old Abe's goalkeeper, Ashlyn Schrader, just back from a concussion, her coach was saying, so we're glad she's back and healthy and able to play here, and we wish her the best on all of that, and good to have her back. Big corner kick here. It's a nice ball. That's a good location. Rancinici gets a head on it, but not able to put the power header on it to get it into the goal, but still a nice play overall. Old Abe's trying to work it up to get it out. Little give and go there. Nice play, but there's the Raiders to step in and Hannah Huntley to disrupt that play. Good battle on the sidelines. Little extra shoulder there, or no, just a throw in. I thought maybe there was a foul called. Old Abe sneak it down. Tough bounce for them, and that goes out of bounds. That'll be a Raiders goal kick. Big night here. This is part of the Big Rivers Conference tournament. It's a series of games to determine a conference champion, and the Raiders starting off here, and they'll be in New Richmond next week for the second game of that. Inadvertent handball on the Raiders is going to give the Old Abe's a free kick, but that ball was still moving when she kicked it, and she's going to re-kick it. You can kick it quickly, but it's got to be stopped. It's a big ball in. That's number 12, Aurora Woodford, with the shot for the Old Abe's, but way too many people in the way for that shot. So corner kick here for the Old Abe's, their first corner kick of the night. Number 15, Avery Bradle with the kick, sends it out a little ways out. Raiders now pushing it up. Stubendick on the chase, but a little out of reach for Allie Stubendick here with another throw-in for the Raiders. It's Olivia Petty chasing it down. Not sure who. Yep, off of the Old Abe's. I think that's the right call. And the Raiders will get a corner kick of their own here. So back-to-back corner kicks. And that's Maggie McConnell lining up for the corner kick. Maggie almost exclusively, if she's in the game, takes those corner kicks. A lot of players out deep. Going to come in on the kick and try to time this ball. It's a pretty good ball there. Raiders poking and poking. Good attempts there. That's Stubendick, I believe, and just a little too close to the goalkeeper to do a lot with that one. But nice play by the Raiders.
Another chase. We've got from end-to-end action here. That was number 14, Allie Levick, with the play for the Old Abes. And now the ball gets cleared up for the Raiders, and there's a chase for it. Sydney Munson of the Old Abes trying to turn that ball out, but Ransonici is able to keep that ball in and play it off of Munson. It'll be a free kick. Two. That's Maggie Salama.
Number 2, Maggie Salama entering the game for your Raiders.
All right, quick substitution for the Raiders. 6 minutes into the match. Maggie Salama coming in. She's going to take this corner kick. It's a low strike. Ransonici gets a head on it, goes spinning. The Raiders there. They get a shot, and there's a goal for the Raiders. 12. That's Hannah Lundeen with the goal for the Raiders. 14. Raina Fort, actually, with the goal for the Raiders.
It's number 14, Raina Fort with the goal for your Raiders.
So at about the 6-minute mark, the Raiders score the first goal of the match. Nice put-away shot there. It was a little bit of a scrum, so it took us a little bit to figure out who scored that, but nice job, Raina Fort, with that in front of the goal, putting it where it needed to be. So throw in there for the Old Abes. Nevaeh Tillman there with the ball, gets it out, sneaks out of bounds on her. It'll be a throw in for the Old Abes. Quick little pop in by the Abes, but Raiders there to break it up. Now they're going to push it up. And that goes out of bounds off the Raiders. Be a throw in for the Old Abes. And another ball that got out of bounds off the Raiders for a Old Abes. Raiders throw, sorry about that. Tillman with the throw here. Big clear by the Old Abes. They get it up to their striker. Gets a nice cut in, but Tillman's there to break it up. Sends it out of bounds. Will still be a Old Abes throw in. Deep in Raider territory. Old Abes trying to work that ball around. Foul on looked like number 1, Lydia Palmiere of the Old Abes. Tripping penalty, and the Raiders will get a free kick. It's Huntley again with the, or Maggie McConnell actually with the kick. Ball up the sideline. Chase down, but there's the Raiders to pick it up. Little cutback move, and Tillman's there to come in the back way to pick that up. But again, sneaks out of bounds, or nope, actually Old Abe saved it. They'll try to turn it up the field. Quick turn there by number 12, Aurora Woodford, but pass gets a little bit out of reach, and it'll be a Raiders throw-in. Hannah Huntley with the first throw and with the second throw here for the Raiders. It's a throw into Ransonici into traffic. Old Abe's A's with a nice play out wide by Lydia Palmiere. Then they decide to try to send it up the middle, but the Raiders' defense is there. Hannah Lundeen over there with the ball. Nice little pass out to Britta Holter. Natalie Rampton on the run. Sends the ball back. It's a nice play to Holter. Rampton again. Sets up for a nice shot, but the defense is there. It's a nice little sequence of play there by the Raiders, even though they didn't produce anything on goal. That was a nice nice little run. McConnell there, or Salama. Off of number 1, Lydia Palmiere, and Maggie Salama with the throw-in. Ransonici in the corner. Tough defense is going to get the Old Abe's the throw. It's number 12, Aurora Woodford. Sends it up long to number 14, Ellie Levick, but kind of over her head there, so the Raiders are able to capitalize. It's a good play there. Holter with the left-footed shot. Definitely not the shot she wanted, but sometimes you got to take that left when it's there. Tillman with a big ball up the middle. Angled nicely. If Raiders happen to have somebody there, that would have been an ideal play. To sending that ball straight up the middle never works, but when you angle it like that ball, that gives your offense a chance to do something and keeps the goalkeeper honest. Another Raiders throw in, and we've got some substitutes.
Number 15 for 9.
In for your Raiders, number 15, Gracie Nell. Being Old Abe's throw now. Aurora Woodford with the throw. McConnell gets that one, kind of flips over her head. Old Abe's trying to send it deep, but a little too deep, and Nevaeh Tillman is there to pick it up. Sends it out wide. Ball is up to Rampton. He's going to send a big cross. That's a nice play. Olivia Petty played that just right. Not stayed on side, but the bounce was a little awkward, and so couldn't really make a run out of it. But again, nice play by the Raiders. Those are the plays that eventually pop and make great things happen. Tillman again with a clear. He's trying to send it out wide. A little out of reach of the rest of her teammates there. Another Raiders throw in here. Yeah. The ball. Salama is a quick turn, sends it out wide to Petty. Probably a little more contact than necessary there by Petty, and Old Abe's will get a free kick here. Aurora Woodford with the kick. We're hearing that name a lot because there's a lot of action on this right side of the field for the Raiders. Old Abe's again trying to put things happen. That's a nice little cover run there. Big ball across. That's a nice play. Nice play by Palmiere trying to hit Adeline Vergutz, and nice play by Old Abe's, but nobody home for that cross. But again, those are the keys you try to see if you can get something going.
Number 5's going to check in.
Number 5.
In for the Old Abes, number 5, Marley Ferguson. So Marley Ferguson checks in for the Old Abes. She's a freshman and getting some action here against the Raiders. Raiders defense clears out wide. Comes Salama. Tries to send it up. Ball kind of spins off her foot though, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Old Abes. Nice step up by Huntley, or Lundeen. And Sinichi decides to play it all the way back to the defense. Nice through. It was a good quick turn there by Ramthen to try to send that ball through, but Old Abe's defense holds strong. Old Abe's then send it deep themselves. It's number 17, Elise Thomas, pressuring Nevaeh Tillman of the Raiders, but forcing that ball to be kicked out of bounds. Another throw in by the Old Abes. And Lundeen, or Hannah Kendhammer of the Raiders in goal, taking the punt here. The low punt that kind of falls in no man's land there, and the Raiders end up with it. Raiders again going for a through ball up the middle. Ends up with the goalkeeper. And it'll be a punt here for the Old Abes. Haven't actually seen much, but she's got a good leg. And it was a good clear. Raiders end up winning it. Salama, number 2, sends it up into the middle, short to Ransonichi, who's going to try to send it through the middle. Little chip pass, and Petty's offside. And she did look a little offsides, but
16 and 10 for Hudson. And 7 for Eau Claire.
Thank you.
If you let them in.
Good little play there by the Raiders, but Petty just a hair offside there. Off the offsides penalty. Nice header there by number 8, Hannah Huntley of the Raiders. The kind of the jump up header on defense, nicely played. Into the middle to Lundeen, who spreads it out wide nicely. Gracie Nell over there with the ball for the Raiders. Just going to try to, had to fight through a couple defenders there, and they were able to win it back. She's playing some tough D of her own. And that ball sneaks by Tillman, and that's going to be a throw-in for the Old Abes, and we've got some substitutions here. In for the Old Abes, number 7, Adeline Viergoots, and number 15, Avery Bradle. In for the Raiders, number 10, Kalia Heyer, and number 16, Allie Stubendick. Raiders sending up the middle again. Good hustle. That call is going to be a good hustle by Allie Stubendick there, playing it out all the way to the end. Trying to make something happen, and is fortunate to be able to play it off the defense and give the Raiders a corner kick here. So here's Maggie Salama lining up to take this kick. It's a big ball up, nicely placed. Good ball, a little long. Number 13 of the Raiders, or number 13. What number? 14 for Hudson. 14, Raina Fort there with the attempt. So good attempt though. That was a good ball. A little bit out from the goal, a little bit long. Tough for the goalie to make a play on that. Raiders got on it, but it's all a matter of timing. But Raiders again putting together some nice opportunities here. We're now about moving in on 20 minutes
the halfway point to the first half, and the Raiders in blue with the 1-0 lead on the goal at the 6-minute mark. So big ball in by Tillman, nicely taken in by Ashlyn Schrader, goalkeeper for the Old Abes. Starting to see a real turn in the time of possession, with the Raiders really out-possessing the Old Abes quite a bit now. At the beginning, it was a little bit of back and forth, but Raiders kind of settling in now, and we'll see if that will result in more goals or not. Lundeen with a nice play, but a little miss hit there, and that ball did not go anywhere near, I think, where she wanted it, unfortunately. But in the end, Hannah Kendhammer collects that long little through ball by the Old Abes and is going to give it a punt. Big step by the Old Abes there on defense. Hannah Huntley trying to get it up in a good angle for Stubendick, but that ball just trails out of bounds. And Aurora Woodford with another throw-in. Good play by Raina Fort there to control it. Foul there on Ramthen, playing the body a little more than she needs to. Have some substitutions lining up for the Raiders.
9, 21, 6.
Ball goes all the way back to the Old Abes goalkeeper, Ashlyn Schrader. Gives a low driving kick to about midfield. Big ball up the field by the Old Abes. Number 15, Avery Bradle there, trying to send it into the middle, but too much by the Raiders' defense there. Raina Fort with the clear, send it up to Stubendick, who's going to try to get to it, and she does. Takes a pretty solid shot. Fortunately for the Old Abes, it was right at their goalkeeper, who was able to deflect it and sends it up and over. That's going to be a corner kick for the Raiders. Did only 2 come in? Oh. Yeah, I thought you said 6, 9, and 21. Yeah, but only 2 actually came in, I think. That's all right.
21 is coming in.
There we go. I've completely lost my mind. I have Mr. Chuckle here from the Hudson Athletic Department helping me spot. A real luxury, which I have to say. Maggie McConnell with the shot over the goal there. And now we have some substitutes.
Substitutes for the Raiders: number 6, Sophie Bast; number 9, Britta Halter; number 21, Lily Rouleau in the match.
Again, the Raiders knocking on the door. Offsides there. That looked a little tighter than some of the others, but side judge had the angle, so that's an offside on the Raiders. Big ball over by Rouleau. Clear higher in the middle, and now it's Raina Fort with that ball, bringing it back to Britta Holter, who's now playing on the defensive end of the field.
In for the Old Abe's, number 4, Sadie Bernicki. And in for the Raiders, number 3, Ava Brown. Big throw here by Woodford again, and the Raiders are able to win that challenge. Gets to eventually to Raina Fort over to Rouleau, but Old Abe's able to get around it and advance it. Old Abe's putting together a few good runs. It's they're just having a tough time putting anything on the goal. Quick ball through to Stubendick, who's going to try to race this one down again, and a little too far out of reach. Turn play there by Sydney Munson. Misjudge there. Little chip over. It's a nice play. Kalia Hire with a nice little chip ball there. Salama tries to get on it, but eventually the Old Abe's win out in there. Ball played out by Annika Skolos there and sent up by Woodford of the Old Abe's.
Hudson sub 22.
Lily Rouleau trying to send it, sends a nice little angled ball again, which is going to give, nope, goes out of bounds, will be a Raiders throw. In for the Raiders, number 22, Natalie Ramthen. Number 2, Maggie Salama leaving the match for the substitution, and Britta Holter, number 9, taking this throw in for the Raiders. Clea Hire there with the ball. Gets it out to number 6, Sophie Bast, who hits that ball, doesn't quite do what she wants, and it spins off into Old Abe's goalkeeper Ashlyn Schrader's hands. Holter with the clear up the middle to Natalie Ramthen. Big ball up by Raina Fort. Nobody home for that one though, and that's going to go out of bounds.
You have 8 for Eau Claire, you have 20 for Eau Claire,
20.
and
I think is Petty maybe. Yeah, Olivia Petty. In for the Old Abe's, number 8, Kate Roberts, and number 20, Amy Thule. In for the Raiders, number 24, Olivia Petty. Big ball in there. It's a long angled shot, but it was a good strike. Just a little out of reach of the goal. And it'll be a goal kick for Ashlyn Schrader of the Old Abe's. Ball's off number 15, Avery Bradle, and that's going to be number 9, Britta Holter of the Raiders with the throw-in. Old Abe's hanging strong on defense. Raiders scored at the 6-minute mark, but other than a point-blank attempt by Stubendick, Eau Claire has really held the Raiders to longer shots and not much in the terms of putting heavy shots on goal, so kudos to them for that. But the Raiders continue to pressure, and the Old Abe's are going to have to do something about that. Maggie McConnell with the takeaway there in the center. It's out to Petty.
Little long bounce off Olivia, so the Old Abes are able to recollect it. Raina Fort with the clear for the Raiders up to Stubendick, who is pressured heavily by Sydney Munson of the Old Abes. Big nice clear in, but Munson is there again for the Old Abes and gets the clear. Throw in by Tillman. And a clear by the Old Abes. Nevaeh again with trying to get a clear on there. Disrupted by the Old Abes and now cleared by the Old Abes, and we got a little foot race. It's Britta Holter for the Raiders. Getting chased down by number 17, Elise Thomas. And that's going to be an Old Abes throw, and they get it there, but the ball just goes off number 15, Avery Bradle's foot. Not really where she wanted it, and it's going to end up being a Raiders goal kick.
We got 1 for Oakland, 11 for Hudson.
It's number 1, Lydia Palmier in for the Old Abes. And number 11, Armana Ransanici in for the Raiders.
Really nice head over play there by Natalie Ramthen to keep that ball moving and keep it low, and almost like a through ball kick. A lot of times those headers will pop up, get slowed down, they're harder to run, harder to manage, but that's a beautiful play there, even though it amounted to a throw in here. Munson again with a nice clear. She seems to be everywhere in the middle there and playing well. Here comes number 6, Sophie Bast for the Raiders, but just out of reach, and that's going to be a goal kick. Nevaeh Tillman on the ball, but gets by her, and it'll be a throw in for the Old Abes who can push it up. Spinning collision there, gets the Old Abes the ball deep in Raider territory. See what they can do. Trying to cut it through. Raiders sort of trip on each other, giving again the Old Abes an opportunity. It's number 5, Marley Ferguson, really fighting it out for the Old Abes down there.
Subs, 14 for O'Clair, 8 for Hudson, and 15 for Hudson.
Number 14, Ellie Levick in for the Old Abes. And number 8, Hannah Huntley. And number 15, Gracie Nell for the Raiders.
Just a bit too far out of reach for Elise Thomas of the Old Abes, and the Raiders will have a goal kick here. Now moving into the 34th minute of the match for the Raiders and Old Abes here. So about 6.5 minutes left in the first half. Raiders continue to lead 1-0. Petty on the high ball there, and Evans up with the ball and sends it out wide. That's a nice play. Playing it up front again to Ramthen. Being defended heavily. Amy Thule and Vera Saloma really challenging on defense for the Old Abes. Little give and go there. Ransanici swiping it away from number 14, Allie Levick. Oh, really nice play by Ramthen there. Nice through ball to Petty, just a step out of reach. A nice defensive play by Aurora Woodford, number 12 of the Old Abes. that Hannah Lundeen? In for the Raiders, number 12, Hannah Lundeen. Good turning header there by the Old Abe's defense. Ransonici collects it, sends it over to Hannah Huntley. Sends it wide, but looks like Stubendick just a hair off sides there. Now under 5 minutes in the first half. Nevaeh Tillman there on the sideline playing for the Raiders. Actually gets it off the Old Abe's. There'll be a Raiders throw in there. Kicked off of number 5, Marley Ferguson. Battle there by Nevaeh Tillman and number 17, Elise Thomas. Kind of forcing that ball backwards. The Raiders send it deep up the middle. Again, Sydney Munson with the defensive play and keeps it out, but Raiders eventually win the throw in there. Huntley with the throw into Olivia Petty, number 24. Big hit from behind on number 1, Lydia Palmiere. Be a Raiders free kick. Maggie McConnell lining up to take this kick. Big ball in, so not a bad kick. It's, goalkeeper's there to take it. It's a nice play by Ashlyn Schrader. And she sends that ball out wide. They're going to at least get it to the midfield. Going for a through ball, but a little too advanced for anybody on the Old Abe's to catch up to. So Hannah Kendhammer on the punt. Taken initially by the Old Abe's, but the Raiders end up with it. Ransonici sending it out wide. Ransonici with the little square pass there. It's intercepted by the Old Abe's, but the Raiders able to recover from it, and it's number 6, Sophie Bast of the Raiders trying to get that ball into the offensive zone, but Old Abe's playing it back. Try to move that, advance it further. Ramthen comes back to defend. Nice defense there. Applied some pressure and force the Old Abe's to bring it all the way back. Lydia Palmiere taking this ball deep. Oh, nice little pullback move there. Woodford on it. It's a little too much up the middle, but the Raiders kick it out right to the Old Abe's. And there's a quick play by the Old Abe's. Nice little combination play from number 3, Anna Kaskolos, to number 14, Allie Levick with the shot. Allie didn't probably get everything on that shot she wanted either, but nice play nonetheless. We're now down to about 1 minute left in the first half. Raiders advancing.
1 minute.
We'll chase down there, but it's going to be result in a goal kick for the Old Abe's. Off of number 16, Allie Stubendick. And comes the kick. Little push off from behind by the Raiders, and that's going to give the Old Abe's a free kick. It's number 15, Avery Bradle with the kick. Ransonici picking it up in the middle of the field. Nevaeh Tillman sending it up the middle, low and hard, but cleared by Munson of the Old Abe's.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's halftime. The Raiders with the lead of 1-0 over the Old Abe's. Please visit the concession stand for some tasty treats, and we'll see you back in 10 minutes.
All right, folks, we are back for the second half of this Big Rivers Conference tournament matchup between the Hudson Raiders in blue, playing from right to left on your screen, against the visiting Eau Claire Memorial High School Old Abe's. It's a lot of words, but it's a good name. Visiting from Eau Claire, Wisconsin. And they're playing in white from left to right on your screen, and the Raiders get down and get a nice shot off, but a tough angle to score on, but a good play nonetheless. That was Allie Stubendick with the shot there. Raiders are holding on to a 1-0 lead. They've dominated time of possession, although the Old Abes have had some good opportunities of their own. Raiders scored in the 6th minute of the first half, so Old Abe's defense has held for the last 34 minutes with some pretty good pressure from the Raiders. 7 shots on goal, and but a good all-around match so far, and a lot of time left to see what happens. So, folks, if you are watching on YouTube and you want to post who you are watching in this match and who you are and where you're from, I'd love to give shout-outs. So please post that on the YouTube comment section, and we'll give you a shout-out. It's always fun to see who's out there, where you're from, and who's turning in to watch Hudson Raider soccer and Eau Claire Memorial soccer. If you're a nice takeaway there by Natalie Ramthen, number 22 of the Raiders. So here we go. Ooh, weird spinning ball there. Tough play for Aurora Woodford there, but she made a nice recovery after the ball just sort of spun up into her face. Hard challenge by number 20, Amy Thule, on the Raiders' Allie Stubendick, but Allie stays strong and will get a throw in here. And that ball spins off of number 22, Natalie Ramthen of the Raiders, and will give the Old Abes a goal kick here at about 2.5 minutes into the second half. Raiders' next matchup is well, they have some games this weekend in an invitational, but they'll be out in New Richmond as part of the Big Rivers Conference tournament next Thursday night as well. Forget where they're playing this weekend. Is it Kimberly? DC Everest and Appleton West. So out there, games tomorrow and probably Saturday. So some good fun matches there against probably some talented programs out on the east side, more eastern side of the state. And that matchup will have a lot of head-to-head implications for sectional seedings, which will be happening very soon. So those games will, have some results. So Raiders are going to want to show strong and win some matches this weekend. So this is a good warm-up for them here. They're doing a lot of good things tonight. Just need to get that ball on the goal now. Ball is sneaking across the middle. Here comes Rancinici. Good clear there by Woodford. Good challenge. Rancinici just kept having to kind of play that ball laterally. Some good play there by the Old Abes. Again, sticking it through nicely, and there's a little chip. It's a nice play there by the Old Abes. Number 15, Avery Bradle, sending it in to number 12, Aurora Woodford. And it's a good recovery play by the Old Abes to keep the Raiders honest there. Ball off of O'Connell, and Britta Holter there with the clear. Up to Rancinici, back to Ramthen. Trying to get it through to Olivia Petty. Too much defense, though. It's number 1, Lydia Palmiere, kind of running through the middle. Sets up for a shot. kind of gets under it too much and sends it wide and high, but not a bad play.
And number 2.
In for the Raiders, number 2, Maggie Salama, and number 10, Kalia Heyer.
Yeah, I was figuring that out. With 3 matches in 3 days here for the Raiders is probably a strong indicator of the subbing that we're seeing. They're frequently subbing, and which will save on the wear and tear of everyone here at the end of the season, let alone with 3 matches in a row. So ball goes out off the Raiders' Hannah Huntley, and again, here come the old Abes. Number 14, Ellie Levick, into number 17, Elise Thomas, but Raiders defense holds strong. And goes off Kate Roberts, number 8 of the old Abes. Be a Raiders throw-in. Well, welcome, Catherine Peters. Thanks for watching, and thanks for the shout-out to Lily Rulo of the Raiders. Always good to have grandmas watching the matches wherever you're at, from Hudson, Wisconsin. And the Wicker Woman, I'm going to speculate you have a hobby or something with wicker furniture, but it's good to have you watching. Thanks for tuning in. Hannah Huntley now with the throw-in for the Raiders. Ball goes out wide. Saved by the old Abes. Number 17, Elise Thomas, with a nice play over there. But again, the Raiders defense playing strong. Nevaeh Tillman with the tries to get the clear, but it kind of goes off awkwardly and is going to give the old Abes a corner kick here. So this should be interesting. It's like number 15, Avery Bradell, with the kick. Sends it high. Out a little far than they want, but Tillman with a great clear. Directed out to the sideline, nicely played. Britta Holter trying to track that down. Raina Fort with the clear. There's Britta again. Nice save on the sideline by Britta Holter, and good takeaway there by number 9, Sydney Munson of the old Abes. Tillman trying to send that ball long and wide, spins off, but actually ended up all right over to Britta Holter. And that ball's off number 18, Ellie Hudson, and it'll be a Raiders throw-in. Here comes Nevaeh Tillman. Raiders set up. It's number 10, Kalia Heyer. Gets that ball out. Big ball in. Goalkeeper misplays it a bit, but it is offsides on the Raiders there. And number 11, Armana Ransanici gets the offsides call, and this will be a clear for the old Abes. Sandra Nyer, good to have you and your husband Bill watching tonight. Your granddaughter Kalia Heyer, who just had the ball up there. I thought she was maybe going to get a score, but glad to have you tuning in, and happy birthday to Kalia. What a fun way to spend your birthday, with a nice night for soccer and having your grandparents tuning in. So thanks again. Another offsides on Ransanici there. That one was tight, but still, that's the call on the field, and they have a better view than I do, so Be another free kick for the Old Abe's here at the 50-minute mark.
Subs. Subs will be 21 and 6.
Big ball up by the Raiders, gets taken by Ashlyn Schrader of the Old Abe's. Again, a big night for Ashlyn. She suffered, it sounds like, much of the season from a concussion, and this is her first night back to play, so certainly love to see that when kids can come back from that. So Raiders again pushing it up. That's Holter sending it up to Hannah Lundeen. Holter now with the throw-in for the Raiders, and we've got some subs. I got him.
Number 6, Sophie Bast, and number 21, Lily Rouleau in the game for the Raiders.
There's Kalia Heyer. Brings the ball back to number 14, Raina Fort, who gets a little too much under that shot, but good play by the Raiders. Tough play there. Tillman's playing the ball, gets in the way, runs into a foul. Number 17, Elise Thomas, took a good hit there. It was a good challenge by Tillman, but maybe more body than necessary. And Old Abe's are gonna get the free kick. Elise popped right back up, so we're glad to see she's good to go. And here comes the free kick by number 1, Lydia Palmiere. Sends it low driver, but Rouleau is there to take that ball and send it back. Excellent play by Raina Fort there. Nice jumping header over the defense, and then I think a little more physicality by the Old Abe's. Who was that in? 3. Annika Skolos with the fouls. That ball goes, oof. Raiders were pushing up to make something happen there. And there's Natalie Rampton with the score for the Raiders. Is that Rampton, I think? 22. 16 scored? 22 scored, yeah. Natalie Rampton.
That's a goal for your Raiders at the 52-minute and 40-second mark. Number 22, Natalie Rampton.
So nice play there. Raiders sneak it in. It kind of trickles onto Rampton's foot, and she delivers. And Raiders, so 2-0 lead starts to build that comfort level for the Raiders, but anything can happen with a 2-goal lead. One PK can make it a 1-goal game, and so you got to keep driving for more here. And that's Maggie Salama on the far side, number 2 with the throw-in. Raiders trying to send it in, but goes off awkwardly, and that's going to be a goal kick for the Raiders. We have
Number 5, Marley Ferguson, and number 7, Adeline Virgoots in for the Old Abe's.
good clearing header by Haley Huntley. Oh, sorry, that was Ellie Hudson, actually, of the Old Abe's. And the Old Abe's will have the throw in here. Now at about moving in on the 55-minute mark. Raiders in blue on your screen, playing from right to left with a 2-0 lead. Here comes Ramthan chasing the ball down for the Raiders. Britta Holter minding the sideline there nicely, forcing that kick to kind of go out of bounds. Good play. Throw into Ramthan, who's going to send it back to Nevaeh Tillman. Carries it. Sends it out wide to Salama. Does a little cut move. Nice play. Defense is there. That ball goes off Ali Levick of the Old Abes, and it'll be a Raiders throw-in. Maggie Salama lining up the throw. Sending it back to Raina Fort. Kind of had an awkward ball there. Raiders send it in deep and hard, and that's going to be collected by Ashlyn Schrader. Old Abe's trying to get something going there, but it sneaks out of bounds, and that'll be Nevaeh Tillman with another throw for the Raiders.
Sub for Hudson 15.
Rouleau sending it back to Huntley, who pops it up to the middle. Ramthan trying to get under it, but it's kind of a high spinner, tough to do. Here's Rouleau again, tracking that ball, but 3 defenders around her makes it tough, but she almost takes it back. Good hustle by Lily. Tillman with a good play. Rouleau and Holter trying for a little give and go there, but the give was there, but the go wasn't. Throw in here by Woodford into number 17, Elise Thomas again. Raiders defense playing pretty tough here. Comes Holter, sends it up. Sophie Bass trying to keep it in, but just gets away from her. That'll be a throw in for
Subs 16 and 15.
In for the Raiders, number 15, Gracie Nell, and number 16, Ellie Stubendick.
big throw there. Flip over by Stubendick, and she's going to chase it down. Guess the ref thought there was a little more shoulder there than necessary, and Stubendick gets the foul. Free kick goes to Tillman, who's going to send it deep. That was a close one, a matter of inches, and Sophie Bass would have been off to the races, but tough collision there. Kalia Heyer gets it out to Maggie Salama, who sends it all the way over to Stubendick. Didn't have much to do there than try to pop that ball, but goes right into the defense. It's a very nice, good attempt at give and go there for the Old Abes, but Maggie McConnell playing some tough D over there. It's McConnell with the ball there. Little cut move. Ball just speeds on the turf though sometimes, and that one fell away from her. It's a nice ball out. The Old Abes are, they got the right ideas. They're just not connecting on the timing and the angles. So the Raiders defense holding strong. Quick throw in here. We're now moving in on the 60-minute mark, and that's about the halfway of the first half. Old Abes again setting up. Take the shot wide by number 17, Elise Thomas. It's a tough shot. You really have to go in one direction, and trying to shoot back the other direction is really got to get your leg turned around on that, and that's tough when you're on the fly. But a good attempt nonetheless. There we go. Claire continuing to play hard and trying to get something on the board here, because they know 2 goals can happen in a hurry for a lot of teams. That ball is off Elise Thomas. It'll be a Raiders throw-in.
In for the Raiders, number 12, Hannah Lundeen, and number 24, Olivia Petty.
That ball is off number 7, Adeline Vergoots. It'll be a Raiders throw-in. Tillman with the throw. Claire tries to send it up the middle, and Hannah Huntley's there. Nicely plays it out wide to Maggie Salama. Pushes it up. Sophie Bass, number 6. Sends it in, but just a little too angled towards the goal there. And Old Abe's defense holds. Ashlyn Schrader with the punt. Number 14, Raina Fort, playing some strong play in the middle there and getting the ball out, but it'll be a throw-in for the Old Abes. It's number 1, Lydia Palmiere, who is all over the place. Having a good match and making some nice plays. Moving it around, bringing it back to Munson on defense. Good step-up play by Tillman, but spinner goes off her foot. Yeah, it's going to be a Raiders throw.
Number 3.
In for the Raiders, number 3, Ava Brown.
Yep, that was a pretty obvious foul on Sophie Past. I think she kind of lost her footing and
Getting a little talking to by the official.
nonetheless, still a foul. Refs just making sure it's not something intentional. I don't think it was. Nonetheless, here we go. We're down to 17 minutes in the match. Good cutback play there by, good ball there. Nice play there by, what number was that? 5, number 5, Marley Ferguson. Really nice cutback play and solid shot. That's a longer, tougher angle to score from, but she made a pretty substantial effort at it, so good for her. And we got some more subs.
24, 20 down, 9, and 11 for us.
Number 20, Amy Thule in for the Old Abes. And for the Raiders, number 9, Britta Holter. And number 11, Armana Rancinici.
It's Lundeen. Trying to play it up there, and Old Abe's defense hanging strong there. Huntley with the clear. Be a Old Abe's throw. It's number 14, Raina Fort, with a little extra physical shove, and it'll be a free kick here for the Old Abe's. This is kind of a dangerous spot. High, nice ball. Real scrum there. Oh boy. Oh boy, wow. Nice ball by number 7, Adeline Vergoots, on getting that ball in, and that ball was precariously hanging out in front of the goal. And then number 1, Lydia Palmiere, there, and just, as happens more times than you can imagine, sends the ball over the goal from almost point blank range, but it's timing, it's where the ball is. You take the shot when you got it, and sometimes that happens. But again, Old Abe's knocking on the door. Inadvertent handball on number 16, Allie Stubendick. Previous to that, Allie took a ball to the face there, but seems to be unaffected. Big clear there by Ava Brown. This broadcast, if I have not mentioned it, is by the Hudson River Channel. My colleague Jeff Munter doing all the miraculous things he does to bring the game to you with all the technical pieces, the sound, the video, and all those good things. I have to give a shout out to my friend Tim Chuckle, who's here helping me eyeball. Tim is the assistant athletics director here, activities director for Hudson High School, and an old friend, and very helpful to have a spotter. And here comes Stubendick, somehow staying on her feet, getting batted around, and the ball's moving, but eventually number 18, Ellie Hudson, gets that ball out for the Old Abe's. Nice little save there by number 20, Amy Thule, on the sideline. Claire's jazzed up here. I think they feel like they got something cooking after that near goal they had. Tillman with a bit of body there, but no foul. But a Palmiere still nice ball movement there. Some nice moves. Comes number 12, Aurora Woodford, gets the ball out wide and tries to send across, but comes off her awkwardly, goes out of bounds.
So number 22, Natalie Ramthen, in for the Raiders.
And my name is Jeff Ian. I'm your announcer, part of the River Channel soccer team here, and excited to be here for another Raiders home game. The Raiders will be on the road this next 2 days, out in the more eastern side of the state, north central eastern part, and in the Appleton area, and then we'll be in I guess the tournament's in Wausau, so the more central part of the state, and then I'll be in New Richmond for an away match next Thursday. Oh, we lost one before? Oh. So this is a bit of a grudge match. Raiders had a makeup game here with Eau Claire Memorial, who just beat them by a score of 2-1 on Monday. So just a few days ago, I didn't realize they had just played. I knew they had played, and I knew it was a close match previously. I guess I didn't realize it was just a few days ago. So these girls definitely... Claire knows they can put some scores on the board if they scored 2 last match. So they're playing tough here, especially the last about 5 to 10 minutes. They've kind of held the time of possession and trying to make something happen here. We're down now to just a little over 10 minutes left in the match, though, so they're going to have to get something going here to see what they can do. But the Raiders holding strong, too, with a 2-goal lead. Adeline, or number 1, Lydia Palmiere with that attempt on the goal there. And definitely not the strike she was hoping for. Raiders try to get it out wide to Holter, but the ball with didn't have enough pace on it. It's Ramthan with a nice take. Holter sends it back up the line to Natalie, and as she tries to save it, it gets out of bounds, and it'll be a Raiders, or a Old Abe's throw-in. Thank you, Catherine Peters. We appreciate your shout out to us there on the YouTube channel. It's always fun.
Number 10, Kalia Heyer in the match for the Raiders.
A little bit of a scrum there, and cleared out by number 14, Allie Levick. Big ball up there by the Raiders, trying to get a little cross action there. Went a little high, a little far out. Old Abe's trying to get the clear, but the Raiders keep it up on their offensive half. There's Ava Brown saving it. Nice left-footed ball in to Stubendick, who sneaks a little cross in there too. But ends up in the hands of Ashlyn Schrader, and it'll be a punt for the Old Abe's. Ball sneaks out of Brown. That's going to be Ava Brown with the throw. Actually, Nevaeh Tillman's going to take it. Now down to about 8 minutes in the match. Stubendick with a hard-fought battle wins the ball, but sends that ball a bit off. It's going to be a Raiders throw.
Number 8 for Memorial and number 2 for Hudson.
Number 8, Kate Roberts in the match for the Old Abe's. And in for the Raiders, number 2, Maggie Salama.
It's a big throw there by Stubendick. Knocked out of bounds by the Old Abe's, and the Raiders will have a corner kick. We've had some very good corner kick attempts tonight, but no scores off of them. Maggie Salama lining up to take the kick for the Raiders. See if the Raiders can time this. It's a nice ball. Ransonici with a great header. And that time she timed it just right. Woo!
That's number 2. Number 11, Armana Ransonici with the score for your Raiders. With the assist off the corner kick by number 2, Maggie Salama.
And there you go, the Raiders now with that very much more comfortable 3-goal lead with about 6.5 minutes left, but that was a beautiful goal. Actually they almost scored on that same combination in the first half, but the Raiders, Ransonici just could not get the head on it. That time she nailed that header just right and drove that ball into the goal. Not much a goalkeeper can do when you get that kind of misdirect with the head with that kind of power on it. So couple of chips there going both ways, and now be a throw in here for the Old Abe's. Palmiere with the ball. She's done a lot of really nice things with the ball tonight. A little miscommunication there. Holter accidentally takes it out of bounds. Palmier with another throw for the Old Abes. Tillman gets the ball, does a cutback. It's going to be a corner kick or a goal kick. Number 12 of the Aurora Woodford of the Old Abes sends that ball out of bounds. Look who's there. The big boy is here. Ethan. Yeah, I do have to give a shout out. My oldest son, Ethan, a former Hudson soccer player himself, is showed up here tonight to listen to his old man announce. Foul there on number 11 of the Raiders, Rancinici. But always good to have Ethan home for a few days. He's studying up at the University of Minnesota Duluth, and he'll be a senior next year. So good to have him here. Tillman with a nice play out. Stubendick carrying the ball, tries to send it out wide and long. It's going to need a heck of a run by Salama, but tough to close that gap. And the Old Abes get it out of bounds. Will be a Raiders throw-in.
Big sub, 15, 21,
Yep.
and 6.
15, 21, and 6.
He didn't exit, did he?
No, he held the flag up a little longer than normal, which happens.
In for the Raiders there, number 6, Sophie Bast. Number 15, Gracie Nell. And number 21, Lily Rouleau.
Off of Salama out of bounds.
Salama sends that ball out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for the Old Abes. Big clear. Down to about 3.5 minutes left in the match. The Raiders looks like they're going to have their revenge after the loss to the same team on Monday. So definitely a hard-fought battle tonight, but the Raiders have played well and taken a 3-goal lead into the final 3 minutes. Headsy play there, nice little send in, and Holter with a left-footed blast, but gets blocked by the defense, so a nice shot nonetheless. Lundin sends in a big ball. Not a bad play, actually, with Maggie Salama streaking for it, but a little tight to the goal, and Ashlyn Schrader gets the clear. Salama there on the sideline, nice takeaway. She's going to get this down. She's sending it in. Sophie Bast, I guess, not Salama over there. Ball gets out to Woodford. Tries to send it into the middle to Elise Thomas, but the Raiders defense holding strong again. That's Salama playing a little midfield now. Big clear for the Raiders. Now down to about 2 minutes in the match. Huntley with a good takeaway and tries to send it up. Clea higher there, pressuring. Good defense there, forcing that ball out and into a tough angle to pass. Ramthen trying to push that ball up the field to Britta Holter. A little tap out by the Old Abes. Raiders will have a throw in, and we are now moving into the final minute or so of the match. Ramthen again pressuring. Old Abe's kicked that ball out of bounds for a Raiders throw-in.
One minute.
Again, we appreciate everybody tuning in to the River Channel, and for those of you that gave the shout-outs, always good to have you, and hopefully we'll see you as we broadcast some upcoming matches, away matches, possibly another home game here in the sectionals, and we look forward to what happens the rest of this season with these ladies. Another throw in here for Holter. Clock is really winding down here. It's a good way for the Raiders to go into 2 more games over the next 2 days with a good solid win here. And we're going to give the final countdown. Thanks again for tuning in.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's a win for your Raiders. I'd like to thank both teams for a great match. Thank the coaches, thank our officials for a well-called game, and special thanks to our friends around the field who have helped collect the balls to keep the game rolling, and thanks to all of you for coming out for a great game on a great night, and drive safely.